Well, maybe you didn't realize this, but the Wassmuth Center for Human Rights has been in the city of Boise for more than 20 years. And if you didn't notice it before, well, you probably will going forward, because tomorrow they're going to be breaking ground on a new education building. It's right next to the Idaho Anne Frank Human Rights Memorial, which happens to be the only one of its kind in the United States. So what will the new center look like? And more importantly, what will they use it for? Well, here's Katya Stepovic.
Here's our geothermal line, because we're actually going to be sitting on we're going to be heated by geothermal. We're building for sustainability.
On Thursday, the Wassmuth Center for Human Rights will break ground on a project to get rid of this and turn the space across the parking lot into a building that looks like this.
The building will sweep across this entire parking lot right over to the 9th Street frontage.
But the real treasure of the new building is what will go inside.
Over the years, our work has so grown, and as we deliver programming not only on site in the memorial, off-site we're in classrooms, companies, communities throughout the state of Idaho, but online we're reaching national and international audiences. For the first time in our history, all aspects of our work will come into one building.
Boise is home to the nation's only Anne Frank Memorial that greets over 120,000 visitors every year. Next year, the education building will bring in not only more space for staff and volunteers, but space for classes, a research library, and a new exhibit.
Literally, visitors will be able to step into the room, ask a question, and a Holocaust survivor will respond. It's how we keep the stories alive. It's how we keep the faces of the survivors and the liberators alive, creating that one-on-one interaction.
The Wassmuth Center is 25 years old, and built to stay is the country's first ever two-story education center envisioned to enhance the memorial's purpose to emphasize human dignity and diversity.
We have descendants of the 3 original Boise Valley people, the tribes that were here originally on this land, coming to share in the moment, to not only do a ground blessing, but also a land acknowledgement and bringing together our community in recognition of the work of the Wassmuth Center. The building is going to make a very physical statement. It is a statement of our values as a community, as a state, that in these times really, who are we? What are we? And what are we committed to?
In a time where bringing the community together may be needed most.
As we recall, it was December of 2020 when the memorial was vandalized with swastikas bearing the threat, "We are everywhere." Well, what have we learned in a year's time? People of goodness are everywhere. There are voices of kindness throughout the state. There are voices for good that are willing to stand up and be held accountable to counter the evil that we see or hear.
That's the truth. Okay, so when are people going to be able to get in and enjoy this new center?
Well, it depends on supply chain issues, of
Okay,
course. If
like
those
everything else.
Exactly. If those let up and construction goes as planned, they're anticipating maybe this time or early December of next year. But in terms of how much this cost too, I want to talk about that. This was not a cheap project,
No.
$4 million. And they actually, in just 1 year during the pandemic, raised 90% of the funds. So they're anticipating to have 100% coverage from the public by the end of this year.
$4 million actually seems pretty reasonable, though. I mean, that doesn't seem like a large number.
But considering everything that's going into it,
Yeah.
I don't know, $4 million sounds a lot to me.
It does. It is all relatively speaking. But again, it should be enjoyed, as you said, going, depending on supply chains, within a year or so.
Yeah, and I want to mention to our viewers, we'll have a link where they can donate on ktvb.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Katya.